Hey guys, Evan here with Influence Vapor, here with a hardware review. I'm pretty excited about this one actually. I haven't been too excited about hardware reviews, haven't done too many, done a few, kind of the good and the bad. Um, as you guys know, I'm pretty old school with my vaping setups. I have kind of stuck with the 18650 tube mechs, the single 18650 tubes. It's just kind of my style, more of a competition style, performance style vapor. That's just kind of my thing. My everyday build is, that style, that kind of thing. So that's just where I like to vape. That's just my personal preference. So I've stuck with the good old trusty tube mechs and that kind of thing. I just know where to build. I know where I'm at. I know how to get them to perform the way I need them to perform. And I've just stayed that. I haven't followed many, or stayed that way. I haven't followed many of the trends with the variable voltage stuff. All the fancy, boxes that are coming out now. Haven't even really stepped too much into the mechanical boxes. Had a Snow Wolf, 200 watt, looked like a cool box, that kind of thing. You've seen it in a couple videos if you've watched any of my other videos. I did some juice reviews with it, some RDA reviews with it. But I've stuck with the tubes for the most part, and I think that's probably where I'll be for a while. I say that now, but you never know. But I've been in contact with the company. You've probably seen a couple other videos I did on the Lucky Sevens copper mech. This has been my favorite mechanical mod ever. This thing has almost no voltage drop, 0.06 voltage drop on this thing. It performs like a champion. It's one comps. It's an incredible mod. So yeah, I've had that in my pocket, in my hand, wherever I'm at, all the time. But this company, MC Modz, they dropped another mod, which I was super excited about when I saw that. They're just a little private machine shop in Utah, Ogden, Utah. I live in Utah, so it's always nice to be able to see local places like that and be able to get my hands on their stuff, review it, talk about it, show you guys where you can get it, that kind of stuff. And this is another one from MC Modz. This one. Now, I have not upgraded my rig in a long time. I've had the Lucky Sevens with, the Plumeveil V2 on top of it for a long time. I've just loved it ever since it came out. Ever since I got my hands on it, that's just been what I've been vaping on. I can't find anything else that performs even close. But I do not have that in my hands right now. This is the stainless version, pretty much, of the Lucky Sevens. It's really classy looking. And this machine shop's doing some cool stuff. I'm going to have another review video coming up of some other stuff they sent me over. Now, I did not pay for this mod, but that's not going to change anything I say about it. I'm in no way affiliated with the company. I'm in no way employed by the company. I don't submit designs to this company, at least not yet. But I've been in a lot of contact with them, and they sent me over this MC mod. It's just it's a gorgeous mod. Real quick before we pull it apart, let me show you how it performs. If you remember in my Lucky Sevens videos, this little copper mod is a beast. It's a performer, and so I'm gonna do some more performance style videos on like different mod RDA build combinations, wicking styles, everything you can think of for performance vaping. That's going to be kind of where I want my channel to be focused, is the performance vaping, comp vaping, trick vaping, that kind of stuff, batteries, safety, everything you need to know about performance style vaping. But anyway, before we get too much into this video, I'm already 4 minutes into it and haven't really said much at all. I want to show you how this thing vapes. And this is, again, the MC mod with Plumeveil V2 on top, just a little chuff cap on there. And let's see how this guy performs. So yeah, it's a stainless mod, by the way. So intrinsically, a stainless mod is going to have more voltage drop than a copper mod, but we'll get into that in a minute. My build is just a full wrap 20 gauge Canthal, Scottish roll style wicking. Nothing fancy, nothing special, just kind of my daily banger build. full rep 20 gauge wire. I usually use nichrome or kanthal pretty much all the time. So I'm going to pull my RDA off the top here. Now, they did not reinvent the wheel with this mod. I was super happy when I saw on their website they used the same top cap as the Lucky 7s, and they used the same button assembly as the Lucky 7s. Now, you see different modders come out with new stuff, and they've, put anti-gravity machines in their button assemblies and hybrid caps and all that kind of stuff. They have all these fancy gadgets, and they end up charging like $200 for the mod. This mod retails, serial numbers 1 through 24 retail for $75, and serial numbers 25 and up retail for $65. So the price on this thing is incredible. The Lucky 7s was between $90 and $165, depending on where you got it, what website you ordered it from, or what brick and mortar shop you receive it from. I received this directly from MC Modz. I got it a couple days ago, as I said. Here's the box. I wanted to show you this because the website that this is available on from the manufacturer is called myvaping.com. So it's myvaping.com, myvaping.com. But when I received it, it came from MC Machining LLC. So the machine shop that made this sent this over to me. Now mine does not have a serial number, and we'll get into all the engraving and stuff like that in a second. But mine does not have a serial number, probably because they sent this over to me specifically for review. Again, it's not going to change my opinion or anything like that about this mod. But yeah, so mine does not have a serial number. Yours will most likely have a serial number. Drop my battery here. Just like the Lucky 7s, you can see they have the logo there and the serial number engraved in the back. With this new stainless mod, the engraving is not as deep. It's not laser etched. It is engraved. So you can see the logo. They have a super beautiful, classy looking logo, MC Modz there. It's hard to see with the light. But yeah, gorgeous, gorgeous engraving. Not quite as deep as the Lucky 7s, but you can probably even take 400, 500 grit sandpaper to this and it's not going to go anywhere. So I gave this mod a couple days, put it through its paces, some nichrome builds, kanthal builds, all low, super low, 1.2 ohm builds, up to 1.6 ohm builds. No hot button issues, just the heat transfer from the Addy on the top. It's the only way the tube ever got warm, but zero hot button issues, just like with the Lucky 7s. Zero hot button issues. This thing is beautifully machined. And one thing I wanted to point out specifically about the machining is, if you look at this stainless is like that slimy, like glossy, nasty feeling. It always feels wet. It always feels slimy. It always feels just like it's just full of grease, no matter how clean you get it. Again, with this copper, little hybrid copper mod, it just always feels greasy. It's just nasty feeling. The Lucky 7s, that wasn't an issue. They had that nice, I don't know what the technical term is. It's like pretty much little tiny micro rotary machine marks on the outside of the tube, and it makes it feel incredible. It feels warm almost. It's not slimy feeling. There's nothing, no undesirable like you get with most of the stainless mods. It's not that slimy, nasty feel. It's beautiful. It's not quite media blasted, but it's a little less polished look, which I personally like. I like the patinaed look, like my Lucky 7. I let this guy patina, at least on the outside of the tube. Clean the threads and the contacts, obviously, but I let the outside of the tube patina. I really like that look. And this one's beautiful. Great material, great stainless they're using. The threads are beautiful. Now they hand deburr, they hand inspect every single mod that comes out of their shop. So it's not going through machines and then to inspect it. Every single mod that comes out of their shop is looked at by a person, hand deburred. All the threads are inspected, hand deburred. Everything is inspected for 100% quality. And the machining on this one, the Lucky Sevens, it was great machining, but the machining on this one seems like they've stepped up the game even a little more than with the Lucky Sevens, because the machining on this mod is on par with anything I've seen from the Philippines, any MCV product, any El Diablo product, any Silver Wolf Customs product. It's on par with that machining. Anything from the Netherlands, it's on par with this supposed top-notch machining from overseas. And this is done CNC machined right here, in the United States, right in Utah, in Ogden, at MC Machining. It's beautiful. I know where this shop is. I can go there if I want to. Yeah, it's beautiful machining. And the top cap and the button assembly they use the exact same beautiful naval brass top cap, huge chunky copper connector, floating center pin. They upgraded their Delrin insulator a little bit from the Lucky Sevens, so it protrudes. Let me take the connector off here. So if you can see in there, it's two-tier Delrin now, so you have less chance of, whatever reason, less chance of that floating center pin getting up into the brass and shorting out. It's not going to do that. It's not been an issue at all, even with the Lucky Sevens. But this mod, it seems like they stepped some things up. The machining on the Delrin is incredible. So it is a floating center pin, so it floats. You don't have to get a screwdriver in there to adjust it, and you've got this nice big threaded copper connector, just like you do in the Lucky Sevens. The button assembly, again, it's that big chunk of copper that passes right through. It's held in there with a little ridge, just the naval brass again, black Delrin insulator. I think a 2 or 3 pound spring in there. I've put my Lucky Sevens through its paces. I've beat the shit out of that mod when it comes to building. And spring hasn't collapsed, no hot button issues, and it's been the same with this mod so far. Beautiful, beautiful mod. And the machining is on point. They have no issues with the machining. My threads are a little bit dirty. I've had this apart quite a few times, just kind of looking through it, kind of inspecting it, because they do make a big claim that they inspect every single piece of every single mod by hand. So there was no machine oil on this at all when I received it, but the threads are gorgeous. There no jumping, no hang-ups, no burrs, nothing on any part of this mod. So that's pretty much it for this mod. It's pretty simple. They did not reinvent the wheel. They just improved on it a little bit. It's, like I said, the same button and top cap as the Lucky Sevens, which are gorgeous. They're awesome. Awesome. Just good. Just a good, all-around good mod. So let me throw my plume veil back on here. And like I said, this retails, if you're not interested in getting like the lowest serial number possible, you can get this mod for $65. And I'm telling you, this is another home run for MC Mods, because I would expect to see this mod upwards of $125, $130 even in this market today. Where everybody says tube mechs are going out of style, nobody's going to be using them. I really, really beg to differ, because I get better performance out of these high quality tubes than I do out of any variable voltage box I've ever used. And that was my second step into vaping. I started obviously with like the Sigalite type things, moved to cartomizers, the clearomizers, went, the ego twists and the little, like, I got one somewhere. I use it to hold my Addies when I build on them now. Just a tiny little black Vapor X battery. It lasted like 3 hours. Charge it with the whole ego charging thing, the USB. So that's where I started, and I've vaped on pretty much everything that's available, and I still have not left the tube mechs. Almost did. I almost was done with them until I found this little company, MC Mods. They're great guys. They're fucking awesome. They're producing good stuff, and I definitely recommend you guys check them out. So this MC Mod, by MC Machining. Another 2 thumbs up from me. It's on par with the voltage drop. Okay, so the voltage drop with the Lucky 7s, when I first received it, it was 0.09, which is not even noticeable. But after a really good, thorough, deep cleaning of the contacts, the inside threads, everything like that, it dropped to 0.06, and that's where it's consistently been for the entire time I've been using it. This guy, when I haven't given it a thorough deep cleaning yet, like I haven't taken like sandpaper to the contacts and things like that to really get it working like I know it will. But the voltage drop is like 0.12 or 0.1. It's low. It's not even noticeable. It's lower than my Praxis Hybrid, the voltage drop on a stainless mod, and when I get stainless mods, I expect the voltage drop to be terrible. I expect them, to perform way subpar to copper mods. This one it's not the case. I don't know what they're doing over there, but even their stainless mods perform just as well as the top of the line copper mods. So they're doing a great job over there. The machining is awesome. The way it feels in your hand is awesome. The way it performs is awesome. It's a competition mech, and it's going to probably be in my hand at least one competition eventually. So yeah, the packaging, it's just like the Lucky 7s box. You can see here, MC Modz, just says stainless steel. No serial number sticker on this one. I did not receive a serialized one, so there's their little logo. If you do a Google search for this company, it's MC Modz, Modz with a Z, not an S. So yeah. I'll give you guys one more little performance check, a few last thoughts, and we'll be good to go. Yeah, it hits hard, just as hard as the copper version. It's a great all-around mod. It's definitely, I like the look of it. It's classy looking. It's right up my alley. Just like the Lucky 7s. It's right up my alley. Exactly what I'm looking for in a tube mech. And now I have a stainless mod that I'm, not necessarily embarrassed to use, but I have a stainless mod that's going to perform just as well as any of my copper mods. So anyway, MC Modz, the MC stainless mod from MC Machining, myvaping.com. Go check them out, guys. Go check them out. They're producing some great products. Thanks again. I'm Evan with Influence Vapor. Thanks for watching.